Hello everyone, and in today's video I'm going to talking about California. By the way, it's my first video that I am making on the US states, but normally I do videos on the Canadian provinces or I do videos about like other countries and things like that. But you're going to see another video, more videos on the US states and more. So if you have not already subscribed to my channel, and that's the video. California Explained. In case you didn't know, it is right here. It is in the western US. It borders Oregon to the north, Nevada to the east, Arizona to the southeast, and it borders a foreign country, Mexico, to the south. And it also borders Baja California, which is a Mexican state. This is their flag, which has a star, which I guess represents like since every state has a star on the US flag, so this represents the star. This is California Republic, and it shows the bear. I'm not sure if bears exist, but the flag is also pretty old, so maybe at that time bears existed, or maybe not in California there are bears, not sure. And by the way, this is the word California Republic because I think they were for a while used to be a country, but this thing is still debatable. And this is the seal, which says the Great Seal of the State of California. In terms of languages, English is the most spoken language with 58.1% of the population, Spanish with 28.8% of the population, and others 13.1% of the population. Country United States, before statehood, Mexican secession, unorganized territory. Admitted to the Union September 9, 1850 as 31st state. As we can see here, this represents when Mexico just got independence from Spain, and these were all the states in Mexico. I don't know if they were called states, provinces, oblasts, I don't know that. And as we can see here, California actually that time used to be more bigger than Texas in size, but today it's the opposite since Texas is the second biggest state, and you can pick two Californias in Texas today in terms of size, not by population. But at that time the story was totally different since New Mexico and California are both bigger than Texas. But as you can see here, now Texas is definitely bigger than New Mexico. And it's almost funny how the southern borders have changed little to no. Since borders of Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, and El Salvador didn't change. Belize, I guess, was not part of Mexico, and Guatemala used to be more bigger. In terms of the biggest cities in California, Los Angeles is the biggest, followed by San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco, Fresno, Sacramento, Long Beach, Oakland, Bakersfield, and Yam. By the way, if you were wondering about that accent, I just like to make accents since I speak a lot of languages. Unfortunately, Spanish is I speak a very little Spanish, but still I have an accent since I speak Italian. So when I speak Spanish, I'm pretty fine with making accents since I'm pretty good at it. And in terms of race and ethnicity, 72.1% are white, including Hispanic whites, 56.8% are non-Hispanic whites, 15.3% are Asian, 6.5% Black or African American, 1.6% Native American or Alaska Native, 0.5% Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islanders, 3.9% two or more races. The ethnicity in 2018, the population was 60.7% non-Hispanic of any race, and 39.3% Hispanic or Latino of any race. Hispanics are the largest single ethnic group in California. Non-Hispanics white constructed 36.8% of the state population. Californios are the Hispanic residents native to California who make up Spanish-speaking community that has existed in California since 1542, or varying Mexican American, Chicano, Creole, Spanish, and Mestizo origins. As of 2011, 75.1% of California population younger than age 1 were minorities, meaning they had at least one parent who was not non-Hispanic white. White Hispanics are counted as minorities. And now let's see the now let's talk about more political. Democratic is the blue and Republic is the red. And as we can see, Democrats are more said liberals and Republicans are more said conservatives, which means that the more west you go, the more liberal you see people. It's the same goes for the more south you go, well the more north you go, and the more east you go, the more conservative people you see. And now let's see anything else. Now in terms of this, oh my god. Their capital is Sacramento, their largest city is Los Angeles, and their largest metro is Greater Los Angeles. Their governor is Gavin Newsom, their lieutenant government is Eileen Konakis, the legislative state legislature, upper house state senate, lower house state assembly, judiciary super court of California, U.S. senators Dianna Feinstein, U.S. House Delegate, 42 Democrats, 11 Republicans. Now, in terms of population growth, here we have a historical population from 1850 until 2020, and as you can see, the population has always been grown, especially from 1850 to 1860, it grew the most with 310%. Well, as we can see, the population has always been in two or three digits, while 2020 was the first year where the population was grow only 6.1%. Normally it is always in two digits and sometimes in three digits. Now this is mostly because I've heard that a lot of Californians are actually leaving California, but the thing is that a lot of actually immigrants actually when they think of US, they mostly think of New York and California. Of course, there are lots of exceptions since not every since there are a lot of people who are very good at geography, but a lot of people when they think of moving to the US, they mostly think of California and New York since they are more popular than any other states, of course. That explains maybe since there are a lot of immigrants moving to California. This is the case. A lot of people who actually live in California for a couple of years or actually native Californians actually live in California, mostly for Texas. Here we also have a map of racial composition. As you can see, whites actually made up a very huge number in 1970, 89% of the population, while nowadays they only make up 57% of the population. Asian population has increased a lot from 2.8% in 1970 to 13% in 2010, where black population has also declined like the white population. At its peak, it was in 1990 at 7.4%, but from 1990 it has relatively declined and it is its lowest from 1970 to 6.2%. And as you can see, the native population have not increased from 2000 to 2010. It has not increased. Keep in also mind that the information is from 2010 and US. So of course, 11 years has passed, and of course, the information would have of course changed. Some other races also increased gradually from only 0.7% to an whopping 17%. It is a lot when you see that, which means that minorities are becoming very soon the majorities, and two or more races but they were not that as of 1970s and 1990s, but they don't really see a lot of increase or decline, mostly because from 4.8% to only 4.9%. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, share it with your friends, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel because this video take a long time to make the script, the pictures, and then recording is a whole other story. So please, if you appreciate my work, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.